Hello and welcome into the channel, Paramay Trades. This is Paramay's Trade Journals, my personal market speculating journal, online for you YouTubers. So thanks for stopping in. We like it when you subscribe and hit the like button and leave comments. We like that a lot. So thanks for doing it. We've got the CoT Report Friday Roundup edition for the indices. It's Friday the 17th of April. I'm going to look ahead for the week of the 19th to 24th. And just to let you know, we've got a Discord channel, so if you want to stop in and talk trade, it's listed in the description here. And just to let you know, too, that we don't just have this boring report in front of you with a bunch of numbers. We've got the charts, too. We've got the charts. All this data is in our Think or Swim platform. We're able to put all the data in there. So we've got a graphical representation. So I like to start here. I always like to start here. So continuing on with our methodology as we did last week, we're going to break down these. We're going to break down our list of commodities that we're looking at, our futures commodities here. So we're trading the futures market, and we're going to break down each market and do separate videos. So we're just going to do the indices today. And what's there to say? We've got the Nasdaq has been blazing this week. Dow Jones trying to keep pace. S&P keeping pace. Super Bowl's chart. All three of them. Even I think last week the Russell was kind of blazing, quite heavily, and it's calmed down a little bit, but it just following the rest of them. Looking like the U.S. economy is looking to reopen, and we were kind of hip to this. We knew about this. It was, new highs, right? 3-year new highs. New highs in the net long position on the 3-year. Let's see, highs 3-year, yeah, 13,502, right? So we're at 100. We're at 100 on both the 3-year index and the 6-month index. So both of them we like to watch. Both of them we like watching. 6-month a little bit more responsive, but we like it when the 3-year index is up there too. This is like double confirmation. If you're not long, if you weren't getting long on the Dow Jones, back here when it was getting ultra bullish about 3 or 4 weeks ago, coming off this bearish streak, then like we said last week, buy dips, man. Buy dips. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not take my advice, but just look at the chart. Just look at the chart. So we just got done looking at some of the currencies, but let's just take a peek back at the Dow Jones, and we'll look at the Nasdaq too. I mean, this was just, we're up over 50%. If you've seen Larry Williams's video, amazing. I mean, this is where we get most of our information, right? We studied his book, How to Trade Stocks and Commodities with the Insiders, Secrets of the CoT Report, and this is where we get our data. So, he was nice enough to produce that information. It's an amazing book. So if you get an opportunity, this is where we've picked up our info. This is where we've picked up our knowledge, and the index and this type of trading, as far as I know, is Larry Williams' brainchild. So this was an amazing chart. And I hear people say sometimes, advisors and things like that say sometimes, well, commercial interest is going to show you their ace card here. They're not going to let you know, that they're getting bullish. Well, guess what, folks? They've been getting bullish for the last 3 or 4 weeks, quite handsomely. So nothing new if you watched the video from last week, or if you're new to the channel, you know that anything over 80% is considerably bullish on the 6-month or 3-year index, and we are blazing up in the 100% range. So 100% is new highs for net long positions. Under 20 and 0% are new lows, and under 20 is extreme. So where are we on the open interest right now? Pretty darn steady. This has been quite a different experience for me, following commercial interest, and to see open interest where it is right now. But we're cooking. We are cooking. We're cooking on the WPR. We are up over 50%. And the reason why I mentioned Larry Williams is because he did a nice video that showed the Dow Jones. I believe it was the Dow Jones over the course of God knows how many. I think maybe 11 or 12 different bear markets. And whenever we got back over 50%, he noted we were back in a bull market. So we said, quite a bullish chart. Market sentiment was bottoming out, down here, relatively low or diminishing. And then it bottomed out. We had WPR in the oversold range. We like to see comms getting bullish and open interest getting relatively low or diminishing. So that was a signal to get into the long trade. So if you got your dips on, got your dips in the last week. Here's the Sunday open. Any kind of dip looked pretty decent. So not as exciting of a week of trading as we have, the volatility that we saw back here. But we are moving a little bit higher. We thought we would see a little bit of resistance here in this lower end of this range. We thought we might get a little bit of it, and it looks like they flipped it. So it did take some time to get up over it. But liquidity taken. Looks like they're, looks like we've got a pretty decent flip here. And we're just up over that 50% range. So are we going to hold it? And we're going to hold on here and keep going. So we are trading, upside of the channel was extremely blazing, a few weeks ago. And here's the buying opportunity. And we worked with this pivot. So we said anything underneath the point of control looked like a good time to be a buyer. So it wasn't a bad idea to be a buyer down here. Wasn't, or if you're adding to your net long position, or adding to your net long position in here, it wasn't a bad idea. This seems to be flipping and gaining support along the way. So I think what we're going to watch for now is, can we maintain this type of move to the upside and blaze up to all-time highs without any type of retrace at all? Well, we're going to look for, and isn't that nice, right? I think we're going to have to zoom out so we can see this, but from contract expiration, so right here, oddly enough, right on 221.20, to the very bottom of the contract change on 320, single month, was the entirety of this bear market, or a supposed bear market. Hopefully it's over here, right? And we get on with our lives. And then here's where we end at the high. So are we going to have a second month up, or are we going to retrace this month down a little bit before we continue the upside? So I would be looking for a breakdown, a little bit of a breakdown maybe. I watch for the breakdown. See if it happens. Or we're just going to keep chugging along here. Super bullish. Comms are extremely bullish on the indexes right now. Lots of green going on with the indexes here. Same with the Russell. There's not much to talk about. Today. There really isn't. I mean, look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ was just absolutely cooking. S&P was cooking too. Technology sector looking real strong right now. Really strong. And look at this. Look at the NASDAQ. Just hanging around on this point of control, this uptrend channel. So any time you had an opportunity to be a buyer on this, just take it. I mean, not much to say here. And look how far we retraced already. I mean, just unbelievable. Gosh, we're up in the 80%. We almost retraced about 80% of this. So a lot of the shooting started up in these two areas. Are we going to get a little bit of resistance up in here? Or are we just going to cook past it? I got to think this might retrace a little bit, right? Doesn't have to. Absolutely does not have to. The chart is going to do whatever the heck it wants. I'm not getting short. I'm not getting short on this chart. I mean, maybe if this thing just, we get a spike top or something like that and it comes back down. But this is remarkable. Absolutely remarkable that this is, that in the course of a month, we're looking at almost a complete V-shaped recovery now. Are we in a new bull market? Oh, it's a short bear market, right? Is that a short bear market? I don't know. It looked pretty short to me, just about a month. But to peel off from 97.60 all the way down to 66.30 and just almost recover that in a month. Whew. There's some real fuckery going on in the markets right now. I gotta tell you that much. And it makes you wonder why. Coronavirus, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Nice recovery, though. Nice recovery. Who's spending the money right now? Who's spending money? Comms are extremely bullish on this chart right now. That's great. Isn't that wonderful? Look at that. Blazing on the 6-month. Yeah, just right up there on the 3-year index too. WPR up in that overbought territory though. We'll be a little concerned about that. Market sentiment is really low, so there's room to grow. There's room to the upside. Are we going to go all-time highs here? Quite possible. Right now, I'm just buying dips. That's it. I mean, when you get the opportunity, unless this chart says otherwise, it's just a bullish chart. That's all there is to it. Same with the Russell. The Russell was breaking down just a little bit here, but it did rebound. It did rebound a little. So this sharp uptrend channel within, so this this value area within here, did meet some stiff resistance. So this was looking strong at first, but I mean, this got a long way to go in terms of the indexes. I mean, a much slower uptrend than the Nasdaq. Technology stocks looking really, really, really good. S&P looking really, really good. And there's that. So yeah. So I mean, at first, last week, or not this just past week, the one before, Russell looked pretty good to play, but not looking nearly as strong as the S&P and the Nasdaq. Oh, that chart is just hideous, absolutely hideous. Yes, let's look at this. It's not looking that wonderful either. Well, one of two ways, right? Let's clear that out. Com's looking bullish. Com's looking bullish. It's a bullish chart. Buy your dips. We're blazing on WPR. That would be only one of the concerns for me, but it doesn't mean that it can't, doesn't mean it can't keep moving up. So when you get an opportunity to buy a dip here, watch the uptrend channels and just make sure it's not breaking down. It doesn't look like it's breaking down to me. Does not yet look like it's breaking down on the daily or on the lower time frames. Hanging on that point of control, what we got going on up in here. So a little bit of, we trade in this range, so it'll be a little bit of resistance up in this area, or I'm trying to get up over it. I think any kind of dip is just it's worth the pickup at this point, as long as this chart remains bullish. Until this chart shows that it's going to break down, it's just there it is. So your indexes for the Friday roundup all looking super bearish, or super bullish from a commercial interest standpoint. So comms are bullish. I'm following the bulls. I'm following the big money. because they're pushing the chart and it's showing. So if you think that the commercial interest isn't going to show you the race card, hang on, you might want to double think that. Did I just say double think? Ladies and gentlemen, it's getting late. It's getting late. It's been a long day. It's been a long day of trading. It's been a long day of work. Oh, and that's what we got. So come visit us on Discord. Server is listed in the description. I hope you find yourself on the profitable side of the trade, and we'll see you again on the next video.